Suresh Kalmadi's political journey was one marked by ambition, influence, controversy, and eventual withdrawal from public life. His name became nationally prominent during the early 21st century, when he stood at the center of one of India's most ambitious international sporting events. Yet, long before that chapter, his life reflected discipline, connections, and calculated political growth. Kalmadi began his professional life in uniform, serving as a squadron leader in the Indian Air Force. His years in the armed forces instilled in him a structured approach to leadership and administration. During this phase, he also served as an instructor at the prestigious National Defense Academy, shaping young cadets who would later go on to serve the nation. In the early 1970s, Kalmadi chose a different path. He opted for voluntary retirement from the Air Force, a decision that surprised many but marked the beginning of his transition into public and political life. This shift reflected his growing interest in civic engagement and leadership beyond military service. A pivotal moment came in 1974 when Kalmadi acquired the Pune Coffee House, a modest establishment that would soon transform into a vibrant political meeting point. The acquisition was supported by socialist leader Nilabhau Lamay, a close associate of Kalmadi's father, Shamarao Kalmadi, who himself was respected in political circles. The coffee house soon evolved into an informal hub where ideas, strategies, and alliances were formed. Politicians, activists, journalists, and students frequented the space, giving Kalmadi direct access to conversations that shaped local and regional politics. This environment played a crucial role in expanding his network. Through consistent engagement and sharp communication skills, Kalmadi built a reputation as an articulate and forward-looking organizer. His ability to connect with people from diverse backgrounds helped him gain trust within political circles, particularly among emerging leaders of the time. One such leader was Sharad Pawar, who was rising rapidly within the Congress party. Pawar recognized Kalmadi's organizational abilities and saw potential in his disciplined approach. This recognition proved to be a turning point in Kalmadi's political ascent. Under Pawar's guidance, Kalmadi was entrusted with significant responsibilities in Pune. He worked at the grassroots level, mobilizing youth and strengthening party structures. His efforts were rewarded in 1977 when he was appointed the Pune Youth Congress chief. This role provided Kalmadi with a formal platform to expand his influence. He focused on building youth participation, organizing campaigns, and strengthening the party's presence in the region. His visibility and authority grew steadily during this period. Over the years, Kalmadi held several important political positions, eventually rising to national prominence. His career reflected a blend of organizational skill, strategic networking, and political loyalty, which helped him remain relevant for decades. However, the defining and most controversial chapter of his life came with the 2010 Delhi Commonwealth Games. As the head of the Games Organizing Committee, Kalmadi was tasked with overseeing an event meant to showcase India on the global stage. Instead, the Games became mired in allegations of financial irregularities and mismanagement. The controversy attracted intense media scrutiny and public criticism, placing Kalmadi at the center of a national storm. In 2011, Kalmadi was arrested in connection with the alleged irregularities. The arrest marked a dramatic fall from power and effectively ended his active political career. He was removed from key positions, and his public visibility diminished sharply. Following these events, Kalmadi withdrew from politics altogether. Once a familiar figure in political and administrative circles, he retreated into a largely private life, rarely appearing in public discourse. For years, legal proceedings related to the Commonwealth Games cast a shadow over his legacy. The cases moved slowly through the judicial system, keeping his name associated with controversy long after he had stepped away from public roles. A significant development occurred in April 2025, when a Delhi court accepted the Enforcement Directorate's closure report in an alleged money laundering case linked to the Games. This decision effectively cleared Kalmadi of the charges in that particular matter. The court's acceptance of the closure report marked a form of legal relief for Kalmadi, coming more than a decade after his arrest. While it did not erase the controversies of the past, it brought formal closure to a major legal chapter. By this time, Kalmadi's public life was already a thing of the past. His influence, once widespread, had faded, and his name was remembered more as part of a contentious era than for his earlier political organizing. His life story reflects the dramatic highs and lows often seen in public service. From military discipline to political ambition, from influence to isolation, Kalmadi's journey mirrors the volatility of political power. He was a figure shaped by his time, operating within complex political structures and navigating relationships that both elevated and later isolated him. Supporters remember his early organizational work and his role in building political networks in Pune. Critics, however, associate his legacy primarily with the controversies surrounding the Commonwealth Games. In retrospect, Kalmadi's career serves as a reminder of how public life can change swiftly, with reputation and authority deeply tied to accountability and perception. His withdrawal from politics marked the end of an era, closing a chapter that once held promise, power, and prominence. As history assesses his life, Suresh Kalmadi remains a complex figure, one whose journey reflects ambition, controversy, resilience, and retreat, all intertwined within the broader narrative of modern Indian politics.